くぞ。
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Porgo, and the Guilty Gear collaboration is here. So let's talk about, man, there is so much goodness in this update that it's not even funny. And as you all can see, I've collected May. You have all collected May because we actually got her from the check-in login event, which is spectacular. And at the end of this event, you're actually going to be able to choose a Guilty Gear imprint stone. And these imprint stones are OP, double attack, and then increase to, well, if I click on the right button here, increase the blast skill, which I think is going to go up to 15%. And then Guilty Gear, this one here increases critical damage. If I can click on the right button, I think my finger's a little too big for this thing. And then the hexagon one here actually increases your active skill. That's pretty damn fantastic. Really, really awesome that we're actually going to be able to pick an imprint stone. That is sweet. But man, this update gets a whole lot better than this. This thing is freaking fantastic. So first we have the Carnival. As you guys can see, I've already done some of the Carnival things. Now normally when it comes to Carnival, usually we have to acquire cards, we have to acquire memories, but in this thing, you actually have to just play game modes. That's pretty much all you have to do. So if you click on event rules and you look here, right here, it says number 1, Guilty Gear Rev Collaboration Event Dungeon. You can gain some points by Guilty Raid Dungeon by playing against Baiken, and you can also gain points by going against the Challenge Dungeon First Collaborated Stage, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. And then you can also do the Fighter Event, Epic Event, and Halls of Elements. Now, whenever you complete this thing, you can actually get your rewards again and again and again. And you see the repeat reward down there, which is these tokens, and those tokens are going to help you to get Saul Bad Guy. But check this out. Your final reward is a memory. It is a memory of your choosing. This is a selection box. Whether it's SS memory or whether it's a regular collaboration memory, you can choose any one of these things, which is fantastic. That is so awesome. Now, as far as where you're actually going to get those points or get the tokens that you actually need, you need to play an Elemental Typhoon here, play it all 3 times a day, play Yashiro all 3 times a day, and then play Shizuru all 3 times. You do all those things, you're going to gain a lot of points every single day. So make sure that you are playing these game modes so that way you're getting those tokens so you can actually finish the Carnival even faster. Really, really cool. Awesome. Then we click on this thing here, and this is where, you know, you're going to want to do this every single day. Now I figured up, I think you can get 1,000 of these tokens every single day, and all of these tokens are going to allow you to be able to get Soul Bad Guy, which is awesome. You'll do 1,000 of these for a multi of 10, and then once you do this 5 times, you'll actually get the character, which is fantastic. And this is something that I actually had wrong from the patch notes, so I do apologize for that, but man, I'm glad I was wrong because this is a whole lot better than what I anticipated. So thumbs up for that. Hail to the yes. Freaking amazing. Then we click on this thing here. Now this here, I'm going to talk about in another video, the event crafting. I need to play against Baiken a few times to get some resources, some fragments, so I can actually talk about this. But it looks like it's going to be pretty dope. And then we have the event challenge here. This is really cool, or event codex. This is really cool because for each one of these characters, you're going to be getting some goodies. So I already got May to level 90. I can collect these all-star souls, and you can actually use these to level up these fast characters, which is pretty damn dope. And then I can collect these experience bottles. Very, very nice. And then you're actually going to be able to get imprint stones once you level them up to 1 star, to 2 star, to 3 star. Really, really awesome. Freaking loving it. Now, as far as getting more tokens for the Carnival, you'd enter into here and you'd come into here. Every time you do one of these levels, you're going to get these Carnival points, which is fantastic. They give you May for free. You're going to be able to get Saul for free in 5 days for sure. And you'll be able to use him and this other one right here, which is nice. Now, in order to play this one here, you're going to need to have Dizzy and Ramlathal. And then in this one here, you're going to need Baiken, Eno, and Saul. But even if you just have Saul and May, you can come in here. You can do this. They give you a CP requirement. And this is exactly like what it was in the DOA 6. This is fantastic. You can see all the rewards that you get. You're going to get some rubies. You're going to get all-star souls. All kinds of wonderful goodness. There's 700 rubies right there. Let me see here. I'm not even sure how many rubies you can get. There's 1,000 rubies in total. Oh, nice, nice, nice. And this is a mystery box right here. But you're going to be able to get a whole bunch of these tokens and a whole bunch of other rewards through here, which is fantastic. You got an imprint stone selection box here. I mean, there's all kinds of goodness in these things. You see more rubies right there. I'm not going to go through every single one of these, but there's a lot of goodness in here. So you want to try to level up, you know, May and all these collaboration characters as much as you can. And remember, the regular Fest characters like Rambla, May, and Eno are going to be the characters that are going to be the easiest to level up. So that is something to keep in mind. But this is fantastic. So you want to be trying to do as well as you can in this. So that way you can get as many of those Carnival tokens as possible. So that way you can finish that Carnival to get all the rewards from there. Really, really awesome, my friends. We have the Baiken Guild Raid, which I haven't even done. I'll probably make a separate video talking about facing Baiken. But all you want to do is make sure that you're using Guilty Gear characters and making sure that they have dot. And I don't think that's really going to be a problem considering the characters that we have available. And that's also where you're going to be getting those fragments for the event crafting right here. Then we also have the Rush Dungeon. Now this is always great, right? Because we're going to be getting rubies every single day from this. Whenever after 3 days, we'll be able to get about 100 rubies a day. I'm not really for sure because I don't know what the last challenge actually offer us, or the last Rush Dungeon. But you can see there you're going to get 50 rubies every single day from this. Now this is what's pretty awesome. This is pretty typical of what we always get when it comes to SSBS or collaboration banners. You want to use your collaboration characters along with collaboration cards and so on, so you can acquire more of these tokens. Now check this out though. This is where it gets really awesome. So I mentioned before that I was really hoping we get a free 3PG. So not only do we get a free soul, right? But we also get a 3PG, and a 3PG of your choosing. You can get all three of these if you want, or you can just pick one of them. And the only difference between all of these 3PGs is the special effects. So this one here offers an increased attack by 2%. This one here offers an increased active skill damage by 4.5%. And this is a set stat that Saul is going to always have. And then here, you actually get an increase to critical damage by 6%. So you pick which one of these is actually the best that you think for your character and go ahead and queue it up. And then you can also get a memory for Rambla. This is a fantastic, man. You get a memory for Rambla. I mean, you can get these here, which, I mean, that's kind of whatever. I don't really care about that too much. But the fact that you can get a 3PG for Soul and the fact that you can get a memory for Rambla from here is awesome. And then you got these card sets right here, right? And you can actually get 2 sets of these. So for newer players, for free-to-play players, this will actually be pretty good as long as you have enough AP, which we will get to here in a little bit. But these things actually give you a heal. All of these offer extra attacks. So you get 21% extra attack in total, and then you actually get an extra HP heal by 8%, and then increase attack by 50% for 10 seconds when tagging in a Guilty Gear fighter. It's not the best set in the world, but you know what? For a free set, it's all right. And you can actually get 2 of them. And then, of course, your gold hammers, your experience balls, your elite hammers to help level up imprint stones specifically for your collaboration characters, and so on. Really, really great Rush Dungeon. The fact that they got a 3PG in here, the fact that they got a Fest memory of Rambla in here is freaking amazing. I'm so happy that they have done this. So cool. Now on to the AP really quick. This is something that they did that's really new that I'm really happy about. So every day, guys, you can spend 100 gold and you can get you 500 AP to help you farm in that Rush Dungeon. I would highly advise everybody doing this. You can get 500 AP from here every single day. And then as always, in the exchange shop, you can also always get AP every single day as long as you're salvaging souls from here. So that's 1,000 AP that you can get every single day from this 15-day event from the shop. I think it's for 15 days. I think for sure it lasts for 15 days. You should be doing this every day. Get these AP. As far as the other things in the shop, it's pretty much typical of what they always do. As far as whether or not you think it's a ripoff, you can make your own judgment call. But I'm not really going to dive into that right now because this video is already going to be as long enough as it is. Now, so let's start with cards at first. So as far as the cards are concerned, we have these set cards right here. Now, these things offer an extra 21% solid attack, and then your Guilty Gear fighter's critical rate is increased by 7%, and their critical damage by 70%. That means they're going to hit like complete trucks. And then you have a 50% chance to increase attack by 20% for 5 seconds when a Guilty Gear fighter lands a critical hit. And along with getting this extra critical rate by 7%, that's just going to increase the chances of them doing a critical hit tremendously. And they're going to get this extra critical damage by 70%. It means that these characters are going to be pretty damn strong. How strong will this set be? It remains to be seen, but I do think it's a really good Fest set for the Guilty Gear characters. And then this is something also really new. So just like what they did with Saul, all the other characters have these same kind of 3PG effects where you get an increased attack by 2%, you get an increased active skill damage, you get an increase in critical damage. So you have a chance of getting, like, say this 3PG for Baiken, where it does obtain 12% power when using this skill, but it also gives you an increased attack by 2%. You click on the next one, you get an increased active skill damage by 4.5%, but you still have to obtain 12% power. So the yellow stat always remains the same, but this stat here actually will change, and then the other one's actually going to give you a critical damage by 6%. Pretty interesting. Honestly, this is the first time they ever done this. And then for Dizzy here, she actually gets an increased attack by 10% and penetration by 400 for 10 seconds when using this skill. And then, of course, you can gain the extra stats depending on which one you get. And this actually does increase your chances of getting a 3PG, because now they have, 3PGs for each of the character, right? You can get, there's 3 different 3PGs for each of these characters, which actually increase your chances of getting a 3PG. Pretty cool. And then you have Eno here, which actually increases penetration by 800 for 10 seconds. Very nice. And then let me kind of scroll down here a little bit. Rambla gets an increased attack by 12% when using her skill. And then May gets an increased critical rate by 5% and increased critical damage by 20% when using this skill. That is insane. Just imagine this with that set card that she has, right? With those fest cards. That means her critical damage is going to be at 90%. It means her critical rate is going to be at 12%. Wow. And then if you had this critical damage card, you'd actually gain even a little bit more critical damage. So, I mean, May, she could hit like a truck. Something really quickly that I kind of skimmed over really quick is Soul's 3PG special effect. Let me click on that again here. He gets a heal for his 3PG. So that's going to give him a lot of extra survivability. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, so now let's take a look at the characters themselves. So let me see here. We'll start with May, Dizzy, and Rambla. So we'll start with the free character first in May. Now, May's leadership does give her an increased Guilty Gear Fighter attack by 30% and HP by 50% and instantly recharges 4% of power upon defeating an enemy. This is a really great leadership for time attack. That's going to be the main thing about this leadership, maybe in some story modes and things of that nature for your Guilty Gear characters. But she does have an increased chill attack damage increase, or chill attack damage increased by 30%, which is awesome, especially for this character. And then she has 20% PG rate. She also increases her active skill damage by 50% when Lady Chang is on the team. And we also know whenever Lady Chang is as a striker on the team, like in the team composition, you're still going to get this bonus, which is pretty damn awesome. She doesn't even have to be the striker for May, although you might want to use her because they do have a relation effect. But she also has a PvP exclusive. When attacked, disables the attacker's active skills by 4 seconds on 12-second cooldown. Really great PvP skill, because this is one that whenever they attack her, she disables their skills, which means she can do some damn damage to them. Then she increased attack by 40% when HP is 90% or more. So once she gets below 90% HP, she loses that 40% attack. Not sure how I really feel about that. And then she has a 70% chance to reset cooldown of Ultimate Spinning Whirlwind upon landing a blast skill on a 12-second cooldown. And all the Guilty Gear characters have this effect, that they increase attack by 35% when HP is 50% or more. So as long as they're above 50%, they're always going to have that increased attack by 35%. And then they decrease damage received by 70% for 3 seconds when accumulated attacks received, guard included, reaches 5 times on a 15-second cooldown. So this is going to give them a little bit extra survivability, which is really, really nice, especially for, all of our PvE game modes and really for PvP as well. Now, her first skill gives her an increased attack of 50% of defenses, which is awesome because she is a defensive character. That's nice. And then she has a deal chill damage equal to 36% of attack to the target every 1 second for 8 seconds. So she's got a nice lasting dot effect on her first skill. She also has blast, strike, and she has 2 blast skills and 1 strike. And then she has hyper armor on her second skill, and she increases target damage received by 28%, which is a meta ability. She also has an interrupt skill whenever she's only standing. So as long as she's on her feet and somebody's attacking her, she can actually use this skill and get out of it and attack them. Then she also has an increased attack by 35% for 7 seconds. And she also can freeze the enemy for 3 seconds. So a good CC, and the guard is included. So May could be an extremely good PvP character, which is pretty damn awesome. And then she also applies Cold Spell for 7 seconds upon landing a skill, guard included ends. And then she also has more chill damage that lasts for 7 seconds. So she has 2 skills that actually apply chill damage. Wow. So she's got a lot of lasting dot effect in her skills. Let's go ahead and preview her skills and check her out really quick. Nice, 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 nice. I love that skill. That's so cool. Nice, nice. And that damn thing's a range attack, man. So I mean, we'll see, we'll see. I mean, that's a pretty long animation. That's a pretty long default animation, so I like that. And then her 3PG. I mean, come on now. That's a pretty long animation. This is a long animation. Look at this thing. Look at how long this thing is. This is crazy. Not to mention, it's freaking cool. Wow. Really awesome, man. Mei's looking pretty quality, if you ask me. And she is a blue defensive fighter, which you will need a blue defensive team later on in the game in a game mode called Reviving Hell's Dungeon, where you actually need a blue defensive team past tier 40 way later on. So she's a really amazing character for that as well. Now let's take a look at Rambla. Now Rambla is also another regular fest character that you can always level up in the game. And she has a wonderful leadership with increased Guilty Gear attack by 45% and PG rate by 20%. She's also a yellow defensive fighter, and similar to Mei, you do need a yellow defensive team later on down the road in Reviving Hell's Dungeon, because you do need a yellow defensive team. So that is something that's really nice about the character. She has 30% PG rate. She has increased damage by 18% on a critical hit, which is awesome. She's going to hit really hard. She got a crit rate increase, which is awesome. And then she has a 70% chance to apply fear on the attacker for 2 seconds when attacked, I believe is what that's supposed to say. And then it's on a 15-second cooldown. Then she has a PvP exclusive where she has a 70% chance to disable attacker's special moves for 10 seconds and decrease power charge rate by 50%. So that's going to help her keep from them doing their 3PG animations to her or their default animations to her. So it actually could be very powerful. The fear is actually more powerful, to be honest. Fear is very, very strong. And then she has a 40% chance to deal additional damage equal to 650% of attack upon landing an attack, guard included. So this is actually pretty nice because it doesn't require a dot or anything being applied. She just does regular damage. And then the PvP exclusive applies the target buffs from active skills to the caster for 5 seconds upon landing an active skill. So what this is going to do is it's going to take the buffs away from the other characters, and it's going to give them to you for 5 seconds upon landing an active skill. Very powerful. And then she has the Guilty Gear collaboration effect there. And then when you take a look at her skills, she has a blast, 2 blasts, and 1 grab. Okay. And then her first skill gives her increased attack by 35% for 7 seconds. She applies blackout or darkness for 9 seconds. Damn, that's awesome, right? Very cool. And then she also deals starlight damage, and this is a dot explosion, and this is an insane dot explosion. This deals starlight damage equal to 5.5 times of the remaining starlight damage and removes it. Wow, so she's going to have a lot of power on that damn skill, but the darkness is always going to stay applied. And then the second skill applies fear to the enemy for 3 seconds. So she's got the core effect with the fear. She also has fear on her second skill, and it does include the guard. And then she can also apply starlight. Wow, so she's got double dot on her, which is amazing. Starlight and darkness. And then she has the dot explosion with the starlight. So, I mean, if you hit the first skill and then you do the second skill afterwards, the starlight will stay applied. It's only going to be removed when you use the first skill. So, wow. That's actually pretty awesome. And then this skill actually has dot explosion. So she has dot explosion on 2 skills that are equal to 5.5 times the remaining dot effect. Wow. Very, very cool. They're making her very unique. And then her third skill does give her hyper armor, and it can be used while being attacked. And this is a limited when airborne. So whenever you're being attacked with this, like if you have this skill available and you're being attacked and you get thrown up in the air, you can hit this third skill and actually get right out of it. You can go in a standing position and start doing your regular skills, which is very, very strong. This is one of those interrupt skills that keeps you from being juggled as long as you have it available. And then her finisher also applies starlight for 10 seconds and darkness for 10 seconds. She applies starlight and darkness for 10 seconds from her core finisher. This is the only character in the game that has a double dot on a core finisher. What? Ramlathal's looking crazy. She is looking crazy, man. Wow. I mean, we've already seen these skills, but I mean, we gotta check them out really quick. Right? We gotta look at them. Nice long animation. So it's actually really cool seeing that darkness and starlight applied all at the same time. And then, of course, this crazy 3PG, which is awesome. Nice, super long animation. Oh, I love... Look at this thing. Look at this. I'm sitting here having a conversation while she's doing this thing. It lasts so long. Wow. Wow. Ramlathal looks crazy. Crazy. Great leadership for your Guilty Gear fighters. Really great character. Oh, my God. And then we're going to take a look at Dizzy, who is a blue balanced type fighter, and she increases balanced type fighter attack by 60%, so an amazing leadership for balanced type fighters. And then her core effect, 30% PG rate, increased damage on 18% on a critical hit. Wonderful. She has chill, crit rate buff. Resets, don't be overprotective. Cooldown increases target damage received by 40%. That's a big target damage received for 5 seconds upon landing. Use this to catch fish on a 10-second cooldown, and then she decreases active skill cooldowns by 1 second upon landing an attack on a burned or chilled target. Interesting. And then she has the PvP exclusive, decreases damage received by 85% when attacked by a target with 90% or more HP. So this kind of reminds you of Kasumi's core effect. Really, really nice. So as long as they got 90% or more HP, your opponent does, you're going to have this decreased damage received. And this isn't on a cooldown. So that's actually quite nice. It really adds to her survivability, especially in PvP. And then she has an increased attack by 7% and penetration by 500 for 5 seconds. Upon attacking an enemy, this stacks up to 5. So this attack can go up to 35%, and the penetration can actually go up to 2,500, which is insane, guys. That's a lot of penetration. And then her PvP exclusive casts a critical hit shield that absorbs damage for 7 seconds when attacked if HP is 50% or lower. So as long as your HP is below 50%, she actually can cast a shield, and then she can remove the shield upon taking 6 critical hits. So if she takes 6 critical hits, the shield will be removed. So this is the first time we've ever seen something like this. It's usually like, you know, they got to do 20 hits to you to remove the shield, but it's actually landing 6 critical hits. So I actually think this might actually be better than what we've had in the past, but it remains to be seen. We'll see. Now, Dizzy also has a charge skill on her first skill, which is pretty damn interesting, right? So whenever you hit it the first time, you have chill damage that lasts for 9 seconds, and then it also can do a freeze. And then when it's fully charged, it can actually deal burn damage and actually can stun the target for 3 seconds. So once your skill is fully awakened and you hit it, you can automatically stun the opponent. And then her second skill applies chill damage. It has a dot explosion on it that deals chill damage equals 4.5 times of the remaining chill damage. And it also has a 60% chance to remove the super armor or hyper armor upon landing a hit on a target with super armor or hyper armor. So going to be an annoying character to play against. And then she also has a nice attack buff by 38% for 7 seconds and deals burn. So she has chill and burn. She has, and this is another dot explosion with burn. And then her finisher actually gains 15% power. I mean, I know I'm kind of rushing through these characters pretty fast because it's a lot to go over, in all honesty. Really cool. Nice, nice. So that's what it is when it's fully charged. Cool, cool, cool. Nice, nice, nice. And I mentioned how that skill can pretty much reach anybody anywhere on the screen. Oh, nice, nice. Okay, so I didn't notice before that the demon guy did do the little beam real quick there. Yeah, you do see it there. Really cool skill. I like how she falls down afterwards. That's nice. And then this skill is just absolutely insane. Nice. Lots of emotion, my friends. Really cool. Really cool, man. Like, all these characters look pretty damn insane. Now we get on to Baiken and Ino. So we'll start with Ino. Ino is a green attack fighter. Her leadership increases Guilty Gear fighters' attack by 60%. So great leadership for the Guilty Gear fighters. And then she has 30% poison attack damage increase. She has the 20% PG rage. She has decreased skill cooldown of antidepressant scale by 0.5 seconds every time a basic attack lands. So every time you hit your basic attack, you're going to decrease the skill cooldown of the skill. And then she has dot explosion. I mean, there's a lot of dot explosion with these characters. Pretty nuts. And they're crazy dot explosions because hers is also deal poison damage equal to 5.5 times of the remaining poison damage. Wow. And then she can reset the cooldown of Stroke the Big Tree. Nice name. Upon landing an active skill on a shocked target. So, wow. So she's got shock and she has poison. And then she also has poison damage that lasts for 9 seconds. And then her PvP exclusive on this skill can disable the target's active skills for 4 seconds upon landing a skill. And then her second skill is a interrupt skill that whenever you're airborne, you can actually use the skill to get out of it. Nice, with a little hyper armor. And then her third skill gives her a nice attack buff and deals shock damage equal to 35% of attack every 1 second for 7 seconds. So she has a lasting dot effect on this skill. Then her core effect, nothing really major there. Ooh. I mean, these characters' animations look so cool. Freaking love these things. I mean, that's a pretty short animation, unfortunately. But it is cool. Now this one here, it definitely lasts a bit. It's pretty long lasting 3PG. Really nice. Really cool looking skill. Ino looks awesome, guys. I mean, honestly, all these characters look pretty strong. I mean, we pretty much have come to expect collaboration characters to be pretty nutso. Then we got Baiken, who has a crazy leadership for attack type fighters, which is awesome. She's going to buff up any attack type fighter in the game. She is a purple attack herself, and I mean, you do need a purple attack team in Reviving Hell's Dungeon past tier 40, but the fact that she's an SS can make it a little bit difficult to level her up, just something to keep in mind. But her leadership does increase attack type fighter attack by 40%, and then the critical damage by 50%. And just imagine her having her leadership. Having that set card set, right, that increased your critical damage by 70%, right? Having that 3PG that could give her another 6% critical damage. I mean, whoa. And then she has 30% PG rage. She's got a critical rate increase, which is nice. She's got bleed. She also increases damage by 24% on a critical hit. She also increases target's damage received by 28% for 5 seconds. It's really nice that she's got a core effect like that upon landing an attack on a shocked target. That's on a 10-second cooldown. And then she can also increase her active skill damage on a bleeding target by 80%. She also can gain 10% power when attacked while in fear and apply fear to the attacker for 2 seconds. And this is only on a 7-second cooldown. This is actually extremely powerful because, like, say you're facing Leona and she applies her fear, well, you're going to automatically apply fear to Leona, which is pretty awesome. Now, Leona does have a 3-second fear, so she can probably capitalize after that. She'll still have an open window of 1 second to attack you. But say a character like Ginitz, who has the counter attack where he applies fear when he's attacked for 2 seconds. This can actually put you on a level playing field with a character like that. So it's actually very, very strong. And then she has a 30% chance to become immune to damage for 3 seconds when attacked on a 12-second cooldown. That's awesome. Then her PvP exclusive, she also casts a critical hit shield that absorbs damage for 7 seconds when attacked if HP is 50% or lower, and then removes the shield upon taking 6 critical hits. Wow. And then we get into her skills, and she also has a charge skill in her kit, which is pretty interesting. It actually changes from a strike to a blast. Wow. So she has increased target damage received by 28%, so that's going to be extremely strong, especially combined with the increased target damage received from her core effect. That is very, very strong. And then she also has hyper armor and can apply fear for 3 seconds. Wow. On top of having that shield, that's going to be nice. And then she also has an interrupt skill that's limited to when she's airborne. Then she has a charge skill that deals shock damage for 7 seconds. And when it's fully charged, it actually applies bleed for 7 seconds. Wow, interesting. And then she also has an increased attack by 35%, deal additional damage equal to 220% of attack. I mean, the girl is going to be pretty damn strong. I'm seeing a lot of damage buffs And then she also has a 50% chance to remove super armor and hyper armor upon landing a hit on target with super armor or hyper armor. Very, very nice. And then let's take a look at her skills real quick here. Oh, nice. Love it. Woo-wee! Fear, man, that's always scary. So this is the charge skill, right? When it's not charged, that's what it does. And then when it's going to be charged up, that's what it does. Interesting. Woo, that damn thing reaches way over there. Love it. And I like that it brings them back to her. Then you take a look at her core default here. Freaking love this skill. But I love her 3PG a whole lot more. This thing is so cool. So dope. So freaking dope. So dope, man. Freaking amazing looking characters. All these characters look extremely strong. I mean, should you pull for them or not? I mean, it's really up to you guys. It depends on what color you need as far as the characters. You know, who's going to be the strongest? I really don't know. I mean, it's hard to say anymore. It looks like Baiken might have the most damage, but I don't really know because I can't. It's hard to tell anymore. You know, sometimes, you know, it really doesn't matter if characters are defensive or if they're attack or if they're balanced anymore, because we've seen in the past how defensive characters have been number one, Leona. We've seen how balanced characters have been number one, right? Chrysalid, King, right? And we've also seen where attack type characters were number one as far as the damage output. But all of these characters look absolutely insane, right? Like every one of them. In this banner, you got two characters in Mei and Ino that you can always level up. In the other banner, you got two characters in Mei and Rambla that you can always level up. So it really doesn't matter which one of these banners you actually pull in. Everybody's going to get Sol, everybody's going to get Mei. It's really just a matter of preference and opinion as far as which one you want to go for. But the characters look absolutely amazing. And I do want to touch on the fact that we do have the combined system, right? Sorry. Where we can actually take collaboration memories and make an SS memory. So, you know, this is something that you could take advantage. Remember, you can always level up regular Fest characters anytime you want, or regular Fest collaboration characters anytime you want in the game. All these memories are completely farmable, which is something to note. And let's not forget about the man of the hour, who is Sol. So let's take a look at his kit and see what he's got going on as well. So Sol is a red balance type fighter. He increases all fighter attack by 20% and all active skill damage by 30%. So he's a great leadership for any of the fighters in the game, which is pretty cool. He's got 30% PG rate, which is awesome. He's got increased damage by 18% on a critical hit, attack increase, burn attack increase, critical rate increase. He's got dot explosion for burn. He also has that deal 5.5 times the remaining burn. So he's got an insane explosion. It's only on a 1 second cooldown. So he's pretty much going to be doing explosion all the time. He has a 30% chance to stun the attacker for 3 seconds when attacked. That's going to be a good thing for PvP unless they're immune to stun. And then he also has a recover 1% HP every 1 second for 10-second heal if his HP is 50% or lower. So, and that's on a 20-second cooldown. So it's nice that he's got a little heal in his kit. And then he can also gain 15% power when combo count is 10 or higher on a 10-second cooldown. And he casts a shield, and this is awesome, that absorbs damage for 7 seconds when attack HP is 40% or higher, removes the shield upon taking 20 hits. So this is very typical of what shields normally look like, but I really like that this is a shield that is when attacked at 40% or HP or higher. So if he's above 40%, and remember, he's got a heal in his kit. So that's something to keep in mind. You know, he's going to get below that 50% HP marker, right? And he'll start getting that heal, but then he's also going to have a shield. So his survivability is actually going to be really good on top of having the heal from his 3PG. I mean, it's pretty awesome, guys. I mean, plus he's going to be doing 3PG, so he's going to have a heal constantly. So I'm predicting Sol is going to be pretty tough to kill. And then he's got a charge skill. All the SS characters have the charge skills, right? And so when you first hit it, he deals burn damage equal to 37% of attack for 10 seconds, which is awesome. And I know some people flip out, you know, about characters just having burn, but I still think he's going to be a damn strong character. He also deals an additional burn damage equal to 250% of attack upon landing his skill. Guard included ends. And then he also applies the Infernal Flame, this is when it's fully charged, to the target for 9 seconds by landing his skill, guard included. and deals burden damage equal to 30% of attack every 1 second. So, you know, we'll see. He's got the hyper armor. He also has an interrupt skill, but it's only when he's standing. So as long as he's on his feet, he can interrupt someone else's skill when he does this. And then his PvP exclusive actually removes buffs from the target's active skills upon landing a skill. This is a very, very powerful PvP exclusive, or very powerful PvP skill. And then his third skill has the increased target damage received by 28%, which is awesome. It's always meta when you see the increased target damage received. And then he deals additional burn damage equal to 350% of attack upon landing a skill, guard included. And then he also, with his default finisher, he increases target damage received by 15% for 10 seconds upon landing a skill, which is pretty damn dope. Honestly, I need to go to the codex here in order to take a look at him. So let me find the Guilty Gear fighters here. There we go. And we'll click on Saul, so that way we can preview his skills. Let's check this out. Alright. Saul looks pretty cool, man. Isn't it weird how he has like electric looking around him, but he doesn't have shock? That's pretty strange to me. Ooh, that's a much bigger flame. Wow. It's kind of slow, but sometimes slow skills can be a little misleading as far as how good they are. That's pretty fast. Nice, nice. I mean, this is a free character. There's that stun. Woof. And remember, this thing here increases target's damage received. And it's a semi, and it's not too long of an animation. But then we get to his 3PG, which is beautiful. I know a lot of you were really hoping Dragon Form was going to be here. I would have liked to have seen that too, but it's still really, really cool. Very, very strong. Looking great, man. Amazing that this is a free-to-play character. Loving the hell out of that. So I know I rushed through a lot of this, man. There's just so much content, so much to talk about. I'll be talking more in depth about all these characters in the future, and I do wish all of you good luck on your pulls. And I'm going to be doing my pulls on Twitch tonight at 9 p.m. GMT plus 7 times. So hopefully you'll all be there to join me for that. So let me know how you're all feeling about this collaboration. I think there's just so much goodness in this thing. This is one of the best collaborations we've ever had, at least in my humble opinion. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.